Welcome to the Collective Experience by the BrwnGrlz Collective, a dynamic platform where we celebrate innovation, creativity, and the power of Black excellence. Each episode, we sit down with change makers, visionary industry leaders, and groundbreaking entrepreneurs across the worlds of fashion, tech, education, business, and more. This is more than just an interview series. It is a space where stories are shared, wisdom is exchanged, and inspiration flows. Together, we are building a community that thrives on collaboration, empowerment, and the drive to uplift one another. So get ready to meet these women redefining industries and shaping the future. This is the Collective Experience, where we take center stage. Hey Brown Girls, this is your girl Desiree. Today we have author and producer Stephanie Perry Moore from the Cool and the Strong TV series. So Stephanie, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Absolutely. After I say hello everyone, and I'm so excited, Desiree, to be with you and your audience today. I'm an author and a dreamer. That is me. I have written 80 books. This is my newest series, the Magic Strong series, and it's a 5-book series. Most of my stuff is 5 books, and I just wanted to have television and film stuff since I was probably in elementary school, middle school, high school, and so finally getting a chance to have the dream realized here in South Carolina.
I have to get you reading on your level. Is it all my fault? Is this my 4th school in 2 years?
Not sure if bringing him here was the right idea. Will?
I can't do this. Those are real students out there.
Something's up. That teacher you've hired, is he from Mars?
Are you ready to spark open your mind?
Congratulations, girl. So I literally saw the 2 episodes. I loved them.
Okay.
You know, I'm a big kid, but I do feel like they resonate well with the older audience as well.
Okay.
So I did want to just ask you a few questions because I saw in a past interview where you talked about the education system and how you got introduced to writing. So could you just tell us a little bit about how you actually just kind of started writing?
Absolutely. So again, with 80 books in print, the world knows me as an author, mostly for children and teen kind of books. YA stuff is if you Google me, see that stuff. I've got most of my 80 books in that space. Like probably 60 of my books are for kids and teens. But again, I always wanted to just think about my own upbringing, and I'm a product of educators. My father is a superintendent right now in Georgia in Liberty County, and my mother's a retired educator. I'm serving as well in the school system. She was a family and consumer science teacher. And so educators raised me, they believe in that, but you know, when you want to write or you have a dream, you like to not get in your own way. Well, for me, I was a writer, and I did get in my own way when I wasn't the best at the craft of writing growing up. So I understood what it meant to need extra support and to have to go backwards to spring forward kind of thing. And so that's when I had a homage to write for what they consider high-low. So it's high-interest books on a lower reading level to help grow young people up.
Major love to our sponsors for stepping in to make all of this happen. Special shout out to Out the Barns Entertainment and to Camera Guys Inc. Music is provided by Sedasia and Drado. Make sure to check them out. Your contributions keep us going and help us grow.
Atlanta Public Schools brought me in a few years ago, and they wanted me to give a workshop to students that were not on grade level. And we were talking to kindergarten to 3rd graders who were reading on a pre-K level. Desiree, I didn't know what that meant. I didn't understand what that was about. But when we started doing like the title and the cover page, their name might have been Desiree. And then when they started writing it out, Desiree was started with a T or a W. And then I really understood, okay, this is significant. Coming out of COVID and all those other things, that's when the series was born. My first chapter reader book, to be able to show young people that give them a roadmap on them being interested in seeing themselves in a book, but yet to understand that you can still get the fundamentals down, because if you have success with one reading level, hopefully that'll go from
Further.
grow them up. There you go.
And so, two questions just to follow up, because coming in, well, just thinking about you growing up in the environment where you have educators,
Okay.
right? And the importance of education. And sometimes a lot of us, we don't have that support for our dreams, So, how do you feel that support helped you on this journey? And is this, kind of why you want to help support the dreams of the kids?
Absolutely. My father and my husband and myself, we have a workshop that we do in schools called Operation Read, Reach Every Attainable Dream. And we basically believe that motivation is missing with young people because a lot of kids that are not successful or that want to go to reach their moon, their big dream, need to understand that their dream is important and protected. And the best way to make sure it can happen is through education.
I agree, because I have a nephew and I watch him every day, and he resists reading and doing homework, but he is quick to grab the iPad because he can say, "Hey Siri, search for this." I feel like that we're in an age of information, but don't know how to use or access information. So I do think that what you're doing is phenomenal, because reading was my life. That's how I escaped, and I think, a lot of the books that I read that were magical gave me that experience. And I love the fact that the character's name is Magic. So I definitely was going to ask you about that. But before I get there, I'm going to make sure I get to the questions that I want to ask.
Please.
Okay.
Let's talk.
All right. So can you walk us through the journey of The Cool and the Strong from the concept to the series?
Yes.
And were there any challenges or milestones that you encountered along the way?
Having been on this journey for so long, Desiree, I think every day is a challenge. One of Miley Cyrus's songs, The Climb, is one of my favorites, as it keeps me motivated to know that it's not always the destination. You've got to learn to enjoy the journey. And so as a little young educator, if that's, kindergarten going to first grade, or, at fifth grade going to middle school, or, middle school going to high school, those years, just keep moving, keep going. Even if you have to spring back to check yourself, get better with your weaknesses, you can go forward. And so for me, it was moving to South Carolina and the husband working with Shane Beamer and the University of South Carolina Gamecocks, go Gamecocks. And so pretty excited that they started the Beamer Family Foundation. Coach Beamer and his precious wife, Emily, believe in education and came to Derek and myself to help them with that portion of their foundation. They're doing so much great work, but they knew we were also in the education space with my books and with all Derek has done as a character type coach, life coach for young athletes and athletes that are doing big things. That we put all that together. And ironically, as a lady of faith, I believe that the Lord was working and set it up for such a time as this, because the school district that we're working with actually reached out to my husband and was like, "Hey, listen, we've got some students that need some extra support. Would you guys come on in and work with us?" And it just all worked at the same time. The series was coming out. I never thought that my latest series would finally be the series that got me to a television show deal. But if you're a Gamecock fan, you know that Williams-Brice is right beside SCETV. And to be able to see that the two of them were right beside each other, we just went down that road and started having the conversations and got connected to the education department for SCETV with Dr. Bowman and Dr. Cook and Tabitha over there. And so off we went and was able to start some magic, pun intended for sure.
See, two things caught me, because we talk about this a lot, you guys. So if you watch any of our previous episodes, then we always generally ask about setbacks and failures.
Yes.
And you said something beautiful. Because failures and setbacks, they're not really still failures and setbacks. You're supposed to learn from them. And I tell people all the time, when you go back, you have the experience that, a lot of times we're like, if we could go back with the information that we know, we would change all of this. Well, that's exactly what's happening. You're just learning from the experience on what to do when you go back to that level the next time. So never failure and setbacks. And then also the power of asking, or you just talking, hey, you're here and this is here. Let's just go down this avenue and see what happens. You
Let's
know?
see what happens.
Yeah.
Worst we can say is
you know, right? And then you can ask 15 more times and maybe push them to yes.
that right there. Yes, yes.
But yes, I love that for you, and I love the story that you're telling to the youth. Like I really love the story, and if you guys have not checked it out, you need to go check it out. And can you tell them where they can check it out?
Absolutely. SCETV.org or PBS.org. Just Google The Cool and the Strong on both of those. It should pop up. Episode 1 is called You Can, and episode 2 is Think Big. We just shot episode 3, Work Hard, and we're just excited to keep telling the stories. I think even in that one, or maybe it's, yes, in episode 3, it was our teacher, Mr. Gray. He's teaching these students, and as you said, you found as an adult that there's some things that the show has, because we'd like to give a lens to the teacher and the educator who's the principal in the school as well, that hopefully anybody out there, whether young or old, if you're a dreamer, if you need some motivation, want to laugh a little bit, want to be taken on a fun journey, and just want to see something different and cool put together in South Carolina by an amazing group of filmmakers that believe in not only telling great stories, but in the craft of making it, and somewhere therein, again, lies magic.
Because there's a lot of special effects, you guys. It was,
Yes.
I was like, oh
And
my
that
God.
is a company out of Columbia, South Carolina as well. So
Shout out to Columbia.
that's right. We got some amazing talent here.
Yes, we do. And girl,
Able
I can
VFX,
sit here and talk
give
to
them
you
a shout
about
out.
everything.
Yes, let's talk.
So, you know, speaking about the series,
Yes.
the main character's name is Magic, right? And so, you know, I want to ask about, you know, how did you come up with the name? And then at the same time, were these characters, is there an individual person that this character is based on, or is it like a collective of people? Because you have three main characters, Magic, I can't remember the little girl's name, and
Reva and Rex, the twins.
Yes, the twins.
Yes. So it's so fun. I think your first question was
Magic.
The name.
Yes.
In terms of me with my books, Peyton Sky was my first series. It's a high school coming of age series. My name at that time and that age was Stephanie Perry. I just switched the initials, and I always look at a name, last name that could be more than, you know, just what it is on paper. So Sky's the Limit was for that. I've got, you know, Morgan Love. It's a second grade series where the little girl needs to learn to love. Yasmin Peace, middle school, where the world at times for middle schoolers is everything but peaceful, you know. And so for this one, Magic Strong, I'm a big fan of Magic Johnson, real life. So real shout out to him and that name and what that Irving Magic Johnson I knew. But to what if a kid's name was Magic in real life? I appreciate what he's done in his life, he and Cookie, and the things that they've accomplished. So I feel like the name in and of itself, it always stood for more, particularly from a male's perspective in sports. But then when you couple it with the word strong, I work for a law firm. A lot of people don't know that. I work, my day job, I like to call it, is an anecdotal interviewer. So I get to work for a company called Griffin and Strong. And, you know, Attorney Strong that's there, that name has always just resonated with me. Not only is a lawyer strong people, but the name Strong. I mean, come on, you can play off of that. What does that mean? So when putting the two together, Magic Strong, the name was born. Rex and Reva, don't know where I came up with that. In terms of the characters, it just was a story I wanted to tell. I think the publishers and the school district wanted a male African-American character as the lead. And so I was able to craft Magic Strong from there, and I knew he needed some friends, and I did want them to be related. So I thought that brought in an element to have them as twins, and that's where the girl and the guy came from.
Because I love their personalities. You know, you have the sassy, which, you know, for, you know, Black women, you know, that sometimes, well, not sometimes, can be a very harsh word for us.
Yes.
You know, but, you know, when the first episode, when he talked to her about actually, you know, that just means that you're a leader, right? When you're sad, you have to be sassy. You know, I don't even think
silly
that's silly.
For Rex character.
Exactly, like you're creative.
You're thinking
like,
out of the
you know,
box.
exactly. So I really loved how you brought those elements to the main stage, because I'm telling you, I was sitting here like, how can I get this so I can do this? Because as far as being strong and sassy, I don't see sassy as a bad. If anyone says you're sassy, you're right.
Yeah.
And what are you?
Right.
You know, so I love that. And moving to the
I think a lot of people sometimes they misunderstand.
yeah.
And so I'm excited. This is the BrwnGrlz Collective
Yes.
because I feel like we don't tell our stories enough. And when I probably got 20 years on you, I think we talked offline, so I do about 20 years on you. So when I was growing up in Petersburg, Virginia, I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. Shout out to Charleston for that. So I'm excited. My mom is from Aiken, so a lot of my upbringing has been in South Carolina. They went to South Carolina State University, my parents. And so, but I was raised in Virginia. And I was raised in, right around where Virginia State was located, another HBCU. And a lot of people that said, hey, you are, at that time, this was in the 70s, you know, you're a sweet brown girl. You know, brown was our color then. I know nowadays Hispanics have called more brown, but I was raised as a brown girl. And they were like, you're a double minority. And so I'm like, well, what's that? Well, you're gender, you're female, and by color, you're not white, you know. And so I was just like, huh? But they always told me that that's where you're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to be. But when you go and have life experiences, a lot of times people don't understand. I could be at a grocery store and I'm the first one there to get fish, but somebody else will walk up and they're not female, they're not me, and they'll take that person, and I've been standing here. And so we have to be strong. We have to be assertive. And it's 30 years to get my dream, and that's because I got my own way, but that's also because society didn't see the Shonda Rhimes of the world or the Ava DuVernays or the Oprahs of the world. And so I'm excited that we're able to, it doesn't matter with film. You can be in a room with a bunch of different people. As long as we love film and we love to tell it, whether you're silly, whether you're strong, whether you're sassy, whether you're sad, whether you're anything, you see the S words. I always love that. Stephanie, see the S words.
But see, you know, you also said more, so now I expect more.
Wow.
Like you know, when you talked about that, I was like, oh, I see more. Oh, more. So your name is exactly kind of what you. I don't know. Did you pick that on purpose?
So I married Amor.
Yes.
Yes, and so that's very fun. Perry is my maiden name, but everything that Tyler Perry has become, I think, in and of itself, that is now, in terms of the world of television and film, has made itself a creative space. Though my father is, as I mentioned, a superintendent, he went to South Carolina State for music. So he was a band director first. That was his entree. So I've always been around the people in the arts, you know, and grew up that way. My mother introduced me to my first plays. I would watch, Fiddler on the Roof. I would go and always watch, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which is... I'm going
to say Kendrick Lamar. What am I talking about?
It's Wizard of Oz. I mean, exactly. So plays, Broadway is just my way of growing up. And so, yes, I like to, think outside the box with names, and I'm excited that I have one that does mean more.
Behind the scenes, there's a lot of hard work that goes into this production, and we couldn't do it without our amazing sponsors, advertisers, and crew. So, in watching Cool and the Strong series, I kind of saw the Magic School Bus, and it was like a unique twist because you have a black male magic teacher instead of a white redhead cartoon, right? So this is like live action. How do you kind of feel about this comparison, and what ways do you believe that your series stands out on its own?
I appreciate that. Well, I've never seen the Magic School Bus.
I believe it.
Yeah, so it's so fun that people say that, but I think that a lot of people in the world of arts always say there's no new idea. It's just a new way you want to maybe tell an idea. And so when you think and look at formulas and anybody out there wanting to create, what do you like watching? Why do you like watching it? And what's the new version of that you could sort of tell that makes it modern and cool and hip and those types of things. And so with the book series, it's only Mr. Gray, the teacher, and the 3 students. In the television show, it's different because the television show adds other characters.
Like the janitor.
The janitor, who happens to be my husband. Fun fact. My daughter, I have to give a shout out to her because she's the director of the series, and Sheldon Moore. So we're really proud of her too. But then Dr. Strong, the character who is the principal, and in speaking and being real educators in the school system, excited that the real principal of the school, to see Dr. Strong bring that character to life has been fun. And then the precious Miss Hill character. You know, our actress that plays her, Mary Rogers McMaster, she's just so amazing with how she brings that to life as well, a caring sort of character. So I think when you put all those elements together, we've been able to create something that people watching it just either they want to laugh or they want to be motivated or they want to have something that they can show to their students. And so we're excited that hopefully we can keep on doing this.
We're gonna make sure of that. And as far as the character development and all the elements, right? When you're watching it, it doesn't look like it took a lot. Like you're seeing a finished product, right? So you don't know exactly what it took to make all of this come together.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that journey? Like, how do you feel that from the idea to it, you actually seeing that? Like, how does that make you feel?
It feels like a dream come true. And to telling students when I go to speak that your dream is important, it can happen. For a long time, there's a lot of self-doubt there when you're trying and you hadn't made your own dream come true. But I was always able to stand in front of any student and say, don't quit. If I'm not quitting, why should you quit on your dream? But there are things and reasons as to why sometimes we don't get what it is we want, and we have to self-reflect and look at ourselves and try to be better. And so the book series, it's all about educational, state standards and components, but the television show is motivational things. You can think big, work hard, never quit, do more, those types of concepts. And I just think those go beyond any grade, any color, any gender, any person, any dream. We all need that to know that you can do it.
Yes, because you can literally talk yourself out of everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I was watching Bridgerton, not to, bring that up, but it was a part where she was sitting on the bed. I was at the first episode, and she was like, I should have went over that wall. And sometimes you're like, but then you see everything else play out, and you see how everything ended up working itself together. I feel like there are two roads that's going to ultimately lead you back to the same road. You can just have two different experiences, just how that experience brings you to where you're wanting to go at the end. But to kind of move forward a little bit, to talk about your dreams and realizing it. Was it when you got all those awards? And can you tell them what awards you've won so far and how you feel about that?
Right. So right now we are nominated for a Southeast Emmy Award. And the awards ceremony is going to be in June 15th. I'm not sure when this is going to air, of 2024. And so, but we have won 5 Telly Awards. So we're very excited. 3 of them were silver and 2 of them are bronze. And from music to kids programming to lots of different things. So we're just excited. And then we're in 12 film festivals, so international as well as now, and we're waiting to hear from a few more of those. So, and not everyone we entered we were selected for. So it's still a great process. And in episode 3 of the show, the magic teacher is telling the students, Mr. Gray, he's telling them, hey, somebody was digging for gold 99 times and they walked away, and sometimes you hear the story on, and the next person that came and walked up, they dug, and guess what? They found the gold. Well, no, he tells the story. That person came back and they dug one more time and they found the gold. And so you don't know when it's going to happen. Will it be the first time you dig? Will it be the 1,000th time you dig? The point is, don't stop. Don't stop.
Because if I feel like when we see visually, and this is the magic for me, when you see it visually, it's not really for anyone else. It's your vision, right? And visually you can see it. So if you visually can see it, it's there. You can reach it. But a lot of times we don't take that. We have to physically see it. You know what I'm saying? Like TV, right? You can physically see what's being played on television. So when you're looking at, someone being successful, you're like, okay, I'm seeing them be successful. But you can also see yourself being successful in your mind and actually just believing that that's true for you.
I love that, Desiree, because I think with Operation Read, with the program we have, I did not realize how many young people don't have a dream. Because that was never my story. I might not have reached it till now, but it wasn't because I didn't have one. Even my husband, he wanted to play in the NFL. You know, you ask a lot of kids, they want to, you know, reach big things. I feel like that needs to be taught. Have a dream so that you can go after it. We sit with a lot of ninth graders. That's the target grade that we do Operation Read with, because it's a pivotal year for when there's a lot of dropouts. That's the highest dropout rate year. And so you're talking to ninth graders or kids that are, again, not on grade level, reaching their goal, and you go around with these failing students, and a lot of times they're like, hey, what's your dream? Oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I want to be that. Well, you're sitting here in ninth grade with D's and F's. Last time I checked, no doctor is making. But when they think about this is where you want to be, and your whole high school transcript starts in the ninth grade, and you can change it right now, then it's like an eye-opener for them.
I don't know how to say this, but Austin, I may be...
Austin! Hey, did you hear about what happened? No, what?
Yo, I'm so tired of being in the front of class every day.
Tell me about
all those tests he have us taking. Did y'all hear what happened to Chris? Oh yeah, this is something real bad happened to that boy. Right. And everybody keeps saying his name, but nobody's saying what happened.
I just hope he alright.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Mom, what?
Okay, Mom. I will talk to you later, okay? I love you.
You okay, Lola?
No.
You must have heard about Chris. Read that.
Drinking and driving is crazy. That's what you did.
Really, Drew? You're a jerk. You okay? I heard what happened.
I don't want to hear nothing else about this crash. He gone. Damn, what we gotta talk about it.
Man, watch you go.
Man, you better keep your hands off him.
You pressed up to me, I ain't scared.
Hey.
Come on.
Hey.
Nah.
Hey, break it up. Relax.
Do or something.
Nah, that's enough. You three, let's go to ISS. The rest of y'all back to class. Let's
Do
go.
anything.
Come get them. Miss Smith, come get them. Let's go. Don't know how to act fighting in the hallway. Same old stuff. Have a seat.
Hello, I'm your ISS teacher, Miss Smith.
Man, you mean the school babysitter?
Hey, don't be that way. I understand the long faces, but you guys could have been sent home today. In the wake of the tragedy with losing one of our students, your friend, I understand. You guys, the school needs healing.
Healing? We need more than that. For real. You shouldn't have happened.
You're right.
For real.
You're right. And I'm sure this is hard for all the students. And I understand. So you guys are going to do a collaborative project together. You're going to do a PSA.
PSA?
A public service announcement that will air today. You guys need to use this pain as power.
What are you talking about? They're not hurt like me. They didn't play with him. Chris is my boy, my teammate. My best friend since the 6th grade.
Okay, don't minimize how I feel, okay? Chris and I were together for 2 years, and we just broke up 30 days ago.
Tyler, I understand. It's okay. Share your feelings. Let us know how you feel.
I can't work with them. They're not hurt like me. Chris was my ex, was my teammate. Chris was my blood, my cousin.
Your cousin?
I understand.
I didn't know Chris was your cousin. I'm sorry that I made such a big deal out of that show this morning. We straight?
Yeah, we
Alright.
Hey, you guys, I gotta go. I'll be back. Go ahead and get started on your PSA.
So you're the cousin he said was a baller.
Oh, there. Chris used to talk about you all the time. He even said you'll be in the NFL one day.
Now that I think it, my cousin was my biggest fan. Y'all said this girl broke his heart. Y'all were together at Saints.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That's crazy.
Austin, you're the teammate that helped him with his classes last semester, right?
Yeah. We had a system. We would eat, then study, practice and study, weightlift and study. Now that I think about it, I don't understand why I was drinking and driving.
I was on the phone with him when it happened. I tried to get him to pull over there. Boom.
Listen, I know you're hurting right now, and so am I. On top of losing Chris, my mom might get deported.
Yeah, problems all around, man. My girl may be pregnant.
Yeah, I feel it. My people might be getting divorced. So what are we gonna do to get people to listen to us?
Whatever we do, we gotta make them listen, so we gotta keep it real with them.
I have an idea. How about we get all the school influencers to help us?
She said we had to do that.
Okay, we are gonna do it, but she didn't say we can't get others to help us.
I like it.
Life is sometimes not easy, especially when you want things to go right and then they go left.
We've all got stuff that weighs us down. Problems, drama, issues.
When trauma affects our school, everybody suffers.
You can win despite the challenges and despite the circumstances.
Gotta make good decisions and leave all the mess at home.
You gotta know, you're not the only one going through things, but at the end of the day, you're at school to get your education.
Always make smart choices. If you make a mistake and need help, please reach out.
Above all, know through the good and the bad, you can handle it. So,
handle it!
That was pretty much all the questions that I have. I mean, well, not really, because I can ask you 1,000 questions. But I want you to, before we leave, tell our viewers how they can find you on social media, what your social media tags are, and of course your website. And yeah.
Well, thank you again for having me. Thank you to all the Brown girls and any viewer out there that's believing and dreaming, whatever your dream and goal is. I hope you know a few things. You can, think big, work hard, make it happen out there.
And do more.
Yes, yes. Don't you love that one?
Yes,
I love that one.
Yes.
My social media is Perry Moore Entertainment. I'm on Instagram. That's the website, perrymoreent.com. Stephanie Perry Moore in terms of an author. You can find that out. Hopefully, if you Google me, things will come up. Be in touch. Anybody out there dreaming that wants to access, that's what I always would say. I'm on LinkedIn as well. I'm just looking for people that, regardless of where you feel you are, I think access is important. Mm-hmm. So excited to be with you today and your audience. It's been great.
Thank you so much. See you later, Brown Girls. A big thank you to our advertisers, sponsors, and to you, our viewers, for being a part of this journey. We can't wait to see you next time.
Oh girl, I love you just like Mary Jane. I give you everything. Damn, I hope you feel the same. Come and make it better just like Mary Jane. Oh girl, I can't complain. I need your touch, can't get enough. Come and beat me up, it's just like Mary I got some papers in my section and some sponsors in the tuck. She been calling me Split Daddy, baby. Please don't gas me up. You can keep your mask, I don't want time with that. Tryna know your heart by the time we start, baby. Ain't no hiding facts. Maybe if you with it, we can start a tab. Break down them walls, you can let me in. I can be your quarterback. Come on, put our team right on the